I'm a living example of you can get punched in the face and get back up, because I'm the modern day Aztec warrior. I'm spitting it heavy, the mission is steady. Your bitches are jelly, I'm ditching the petty. You're digging for pennies, I'm itching and ready. I open my heart when I listen to Shetty. I'm bold like a boss, but I'm little like Debbie. I know what the bros, I got richer than Getty. I'm holding the guap and I'm whipping the Yeti. Yeah. Your car can play with advanced moves. I'm fucking my girl and her man too. I'm taking the ball like the Rand do. My soul is the one that I can't lose. I soak up the sun like a sand dune. I'm holding up love with the bamboo. I'm rolling the blunt by the candle. Taking the game, running it back without taking a drink. Yeah, I'm the one and I'm making a wave. Rolling the blunt and I'm blazing a J. I'm escaping the brain, go straight for the cake. I'ma take to the bank, not taking a break. I'm made for the race, I pray for the day. I wake with a bake in a great estate. Are you living in a box? I'm bigger than a box. I'm spitting to supply my bread. My vision on the top is living like a boss when I kick it in a nice white jet. I'm quicker with the bars, I'm wishing with a one. Yeah, I'm dipping to the bar, I guess. I'm switching like LeBron when I spit it in song. My mission is to try my best. Taking a stab, but I came with a bat. I be chasing to grab my goals. If you hate in the back and you ain't with the facts, don't be faking and act like bros. Hey, welcome back to MMA Underground, your favorite part of Tuesday. I'm one half the dynamic duo killing it, known as Buddy V, and I'm with the one and only
Sam K. And shit, man, we got two phenomenal guests in the building, all the way from StreetBeefs Scrapyard. We have Wakanda's own Black Panther in the building.
Yes, sir.
And all the way from StreetBeefs West Coast, we have 50-50 MMA's own Mr. Man in the building.
Let's go. What up? Thanks for having us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How y'all feeling?
Feeling good, man.
Great. Hey, what
It's gonna
up?
be a fun show.
What up, guys?
I can't wait. And it started off on a great note. Seeing the MMA Underground shirt, yeah, that's how you know we do.
You know I got a rep. And let them know real quick where they can find any of the MMA Underground merch.
So for any MMA Underground merch, you go to zwell-world.com, and that's where you can find the one and only merch. I don't think that killer ass West Coast stuff. That's dog.
Hit up Tiny Tank from the West Coast branch, and he can hook you up with the West Coast merch.
With the old Sean O'Malley looking drip. You feel me?
Hey, that's an exclusive right there. That's an exclusive right there. Yeah.
Heck yeah. But yep, if you watch the BKFC, you'll see some Zwell merch that people are repping there too. Yeah. From Derek Gates all the way to the current featherweight champ, Kai Stewart.
Yeah.
But man, so we gotta talk about your guys' fights, because you guys have had some fun ones that I've enjoyed watching, a couple other ones, but because that BKFC reference was there, we gotta start it off because it eventually gets asked. Would you ever consider even doing something with bare knuckle, or do you feel that you would always prefer to keep the gloves? Because some people are about it, and some people, are 50-50 on it. I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, that's a great question.
I would definitely do bare knuckle, because that's the way I started out in the street fighting. So, but yeah, I've seen the BKFC, the tryouts, and a lot of our guys going up and something like that. I just think it's something you got to be ready for, just like pro boxing. So long as you got that mindset, I definitely think it's something to look forward to, man.
That's
yeah.
But I've seen a couple guys just not go bare knuckle, but I've seen a couple boxing matches in the yard, just with the with the 4 ounce with the MMA gloves, and it was brutal. I think I seen what was that, Fair Play and the Iraqi Assassin? They did it, I think.
Yeah, they did the wraps. They didn't have no gloves. They just had wraps.
No gloves.
And then in our yard, in the Scrapyard, I think it was Tommy Knocker and the Comedian. I think the Comedian lost a tooth on that one.
Come on, man.
I remember he hit the Comedian up.
Yeah, that tooth flew out of there, man. Them 4 ounce gloves, those are brutal too, just with boxing. So you know how the MMA guys are getting hit when they stand up with that striking.
Yeah, that's a good take. I'm more of the gloves on type of guy, just because I gotta keep this protected. You feel me? You end up in a bare knuckle fight, you ain't doing shit for like at least 2 months. You out of commission. You probably getting surgery. You know what I mean? Which is dope. It's fun. It's fun to watch. I love to watch it. I love bare knuckle boxing. I love Mike Perry. I love seeing all the people that compete in that. But me myself, I don't think I could see myself in that type of realm. But I will fight with 4-ounce gloves. We could do that. We could run that all day. But like the knuckles, everything is your cheekbones and stuff is too sensitive for bare knuckles. Like you're gonna get fucked up. Your hands are gonna get broken. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna hit a forehead or two. You feel me? So
a fun fact, Street Beefs West Coast 35. There was a fighter I had to pull to the side, man. Actually, it's the guy who fought Blanco. I had to pull him to the side, man, after the first round because I was looking at his gloves and I'm like, those look like the kiddie training gloves that you buy at Walmart. You know what I mean? I'm like, so I walk up to him on the break and I'm like, bro, what's the ounces on your gloves? Oh, it's 12, right? It's supposed to be 12, right? Yeah, it's supposed to be 12. What? Show me. So he goes to unwrap it and there's like no label whatsoever. Now, mind you, the guy's losing the fight, so it's not like some would say you didn't have to do that, but back to the point of bare knuckle, like, bro, those injuries, you know what I mean? The winner walks out the fight with injuries,
Oh yeah.
So we found the guy some proper gloves, because the gloves he was wearing were literally, they were children's gloves,
Right.
I have somebody that pulls up to my gym and spars in those type of gloves that they look like gloves, but when you really look at them, there's like you can see that they're like folded in and like crumply. They look like almost like I don't know, like a different type of sports type of gloves, but they resemble boxing gloves. But you can see right away when they're like throwing punches and stuff. They're like, wait a minute, those look like they have no padding at all. But it is what it is.
Have you seen those old school bad gloves? Yeah, like those old school bad
not even that. That has padding. His looked like it was supposed to have padding, but he ripped all the padding out or something.
Probably worn down.
Yeah, like Wish.com type boxing gloves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, I thought he had like brass knuckles when he was boxing some of those fights and the gloves started getting worn to him. He's like, oh, new pair.
Yeah, switch them out real quick.
Yeah.
Sound you didn't see nothing.
And that brings up a good question. Have you guys suffered any major injuries, and what were they?
I have. Well, I haven't suffered any major injuries, but I hurt my a couple of times. I hurt myself just throwing. So people like you throwing so hard, and people just maybe catching it or blocking, and then I've had like, I guess it's called golfer's elbow or whatever it's called. Where your elbow gets kind of like get that feeling throwing it. Yeah, so I haven't had no major. I was just telling my son that, man. I was telling him about football because he plays both sports, but I was like, man, just stick to basketball right now. I was like, the football, I don't want you to get hurt because he's really good at basketball. And I was like, what if you get hurt? He's like, they want me to play. I was like, I hope they're playing right. But I was telling him I got more hurt in pickup games of basketball so far than I've had with boxing. Just playing 21 in the streets back in the day. People elbowing, no blood, no foul, just what I'm saying. So I haven't been, yeah. So I'm happy with that. But I mean, the chance you can get your nose broke or tooth knocked out or lip busted or broken rib, it's all there when you step in that cage.
Yeah, you gotta expect it to come.
Exactly. So you gotta be ready for
it. When it doesn't though, you're like, oh, this ain't so bad. I'm with you. I haven't really gotten hurt. Like I've got 6 fights under me now. I've never really gotten hurt. Like you were saying, I got more hurt playing basketball and stuff. Blowing out my knee. You know what I mean? Somebody fouling me. Yeah, knock on wood. But this latest fight that I had, the fight was fine. Immediately after the fight, my elbow was killing me. I had to ice my elbow, and I don't know if I hyperextended it or whatever it was, like you were saying, but I had to ice my elbow, and to this day, like I haven't been to training since because my elbow is fucked up, and that's like 2 weeks ago now. You know what I mean? 2 weeks ago, and it's weird. It'll start feeling better, and then I'll like lay on it wrong or something, and I'll wake up in the morning and it's all fucked up, like straight from the beginning again. It's weird.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to take care of it. Yeah.
Who'd you fight? Your last fight, Mr. Man?
Compa G like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, what?
Yeah. He's a beast. Compa
Hey.
G, yo, shout out Compa G. He's a beast.
Isn't he heavyweight? What weight are you?
7-2 for a reason. No,
I'm not a heavyweight.
I weighed in like 195. He weighed in at
Okay.
like 175, 180. You know, so I had a little bit of weight on him, but he had the experience and
some good stamina,
the skill. He's a skilled fighter. Like he really surprised me.
Right.
Shout out to Compa G.
Hey, yeah. I had y'all fight. In my opinion, y'all had fight of the day.
Really?
In my opinion.
Really? Even over Sad Lee? Because Sad Lee straight up clocked old boy.
So here's the difference, right? Y'all two, you two exchanged momentum. You and Compa G, right? There was moments where he had. There's moments that you had. And it. Correct me if I'm wrong. That it went all 3 rounds, right?
It did, yeah.
Okay. Whereas with the Sad Lee situation, Sad Lee came in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
does.
You know, so in that sense, maybe you could say he had the performance of a day. You know what I mean? But I would say y'all had the fight that I would want to watch again or extend. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had one of them type of fights.
Hell yeah. Thank you for that. And you're in there first person. You had the best view of the house. You feel me?
Yep. And I know Compa.
That means a lot.
I've sparred Compa G, you know, and I've ref several of his fights. That was my second time reffing one of your fights. So, you know, I'm watching both of you and I'm seeing the exchange of technique and skill, you know. Great fight.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Y'all haven't seen it yet, no?
I haven't. I have not seen it yet. That's why I was like, wait, hold on. Like, I gotta keep my eyes peeled for this. Dang.
Yeah. It's so crazy when you're in there too, because everything happens so fast and you have tunnel vision and stuff. And it seems like it's longer than what it really is when you actually go back and watch it. But you know, in there at the end of the day, when they called it a draw, I was like, you know what? That was a draw. I can see it being a draw. You know what I mean? When I go back and watch the fight over and over, like a few different times, I won that shit. I'm gonna just say that I won that. But it's okay. You know what I mean? I'm okay with the decision because he's a great fighter and he did his shit too. You feel me? So, and that's why I love this sport, man, because it could go either way. Right. Anything could happen at any given time. I don't care if you're a 2-2 fighter versus a 7-2 fighter. You could be 0-4 and beat some nigga that's like 5-0. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's the type of game that we're in, and I love that.
I've seen a lot of guys come through and clean up. You know, for a minute they might be 4-0, 5-0, and they just run into that match. You know.
Yeah.
And then they come back. Yeah, and they come back strong, but they start losing and never get back in that winner's bracket. Because I think Street Beefs, you got to be good because you got to figure these guys out in 2 minutes or maybe in so many
seconds. Super short.
Yeah, it's super short, and I commend everybody that does it, man. Because even though in the comments they try to rip us a new one, but man, we're figuring this guy out for 2 minutes, and it's because I seen him on film lose. He might be serious this month. He's been training for 60 days, and he's just serious today, and he's upset, and he's trying to take your head off. So you got to be able to think quick. So now I'm taking it serious more because I don't want no injuries like we were talking about, and I don't want to be knocked out. I don't want to be viral for getting knocked out. I'd rather do the knocking out. So I'm trying to work my neck out, you know, lift some weight.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling good, man. I'm doing some neck bridges and I'm doing a lot of bag work. So I'm developing my style, you know. When I first came out here, I just love boxing, and I thought it was great they made a safe space for fighters to come. You know, StreetBeefs is in Washington State now. So when I came out, I had a little boxing experience. I just went out there. I worked out a little bit, you know, hitting the bag in the backyard. But now I'm seeing, you know, I'm just being more serious about it. You know, you're online, people are watching, the kids is looking at school. You win, seeing you lose. First, it was just about me. Now everybody else is in this, and we're on there. I'm not saying people should take a loss so bad because it can actually make you better if you learn from it and actually train and take it serious. And it makes the fights better for everybody else. Plus, you can protect yourself better if you come out here and shake. So that's what I tell people. Man, before you come out here, try to train, even if you're alone and you don't have a boxing team or coach, just work your body real hard. No matter what if you train like a warrior, no matter what you face out there, you'll survive it. If not, the refs, they'll stop it for us, or give you that standing 10 count that you need to regroup. So I'm just taking it serious now because I really want to get on the wall that we got out here in StreetBeefs Scrapyard.
Yeah.
I want to get on that wall with Jay Gotham and them other guys. Then I'm cemented in there, with the Scrapyard guys. They'll never forgive me then.
I'm about to add that to my goal list. Shoot.
Yes, I want to get on. I want to get on that wall, and I want to fight the best. I don't want to just fight a whole bunch of guys that just got in there. Hey, want to fight? Hey, want to fight? I'm looking for the names, but we in this era that we're in, and this thing is we can't call them out really in so many ways because I'm Black Panther. I can't be the bad guy. So I'm the good guy. I'm trying to help save the planet. That's why I speak against the drugs. I speak against the drugs and the wars. And when we get out there, we're nervous. We don't know what to say. So we take the mouthpieces out on 185 on this and that. But I said, let me just talk about something I'm passionate about. And that's why I spoke against the fentanyl and, saying fuck cancer or just against the war in Palestine and Israel because, families are dying, kids are dying. And innocent people are getting killed, more than Hamas or the terrorists or whoever that we're going against. And we're sending all this money and weapons for. We're looking for them. We're not looking to kill civilians. So, just like the movies that I watch on Netflix, I'm thinking you guys could send in some spies or somebody and find out who this is. Send in a badass. Send in your best and find out who we're against so you can get them out the way. Because even the people in Israel that are there, you see them protesting against it too because to what end is it going to be if we just keep killing each other and slaughtering each other? Nobody's going to win. So we got to have people that can come in and, talk about it and speak against it. Where's the ambassadors at? Where's the great minds at? They can think of how can both sides, come out on top. And that's just with love. Love overpowers everything, And just like with StreetBeefs, even though there's a lot of testosterone going on, a lot of fighting, if we couldn't all get along, this couldn't even happen. We could just all have a big old brawl. We wouldn't even be able to do this. But we've had these hundreds of events or thousands of events or whatever because we can all get along no matter what race, no matter what religion or where you're from, different countries. We've had people from Russia, Ukraine, everything. We're getting along, making it work, So I think that's the messages that I just try to come with. So since I can't call the guys out like I want to and talk crazy, I don't want to do that to build something up. Hey, and start talking about your name and your Facebook page. I don't need to do all that. As long as I win in the ring, they're going to want to fight you. They're going to say, I want to go against him, man. You know why? Because real fighters want to challenge themselves. Yeah. They say, dang, man, that dude's dangerous. Put me in there. And people are like, what's wrong with you? It's a fighter's thing. You know what I'm saying? We want to get in there. The only thing now is you can't have it in your mind that, oh, I'm good, man. I can hit hard. Let me fight him. No, put the work in. Because I was talking to old Goon. We was talking about, I was talking about confidence in this and that. He said, man, that comes in your preparation. Because if you train so hard where you're pushing your body, the other man he ain't working hard as me. So then you're going there, then you're more confident. You're like, I've trained, I worked my stomach, I can take a good stomach blow. He ain't gonna, if he get me good with a stomach blow, because you'd be surprised how many guys get in there and don't work their stomach. If you give him 2 good stomach blows, he's going down or he's, you know what I'm saying? So I'm working my core now. You can't just get me with my core. I got my neck. In case you do hit me with a left hook, I could roll with it and come back. So it's more fun now. It's more fun now, man. So I'm looking forward to the challenges. I won the belt in the 40 plus. And I talked to Fire Chicken, and he said, "Man, I want you to do the Masters Division."
Wait. So you're the Masters Division champ?
Yeah, for the
come on, man. I'm so sorry, man. Nobody told me, bro.
So I asked him.
My fault. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I asked him before this. I said, Fire Chicken, man, if I do this, can I still fight anybody? And he said, yes, you can fight whoever you want. If we agree and they want to, I'll match it up with him. Yeah, so I can still fight the 26-year-old buff dude that comes in there with everybody's ass. So the 35-year, I have to stay with that, with that older group. And they doing this till you're 59, so I got years to go. So I'm just gonna keep going, man, as long as God will let me. But I think this is a great organization, man, because there's so many positive people coming together in all the branches. And I like the beast when guys get mad and they get competitive. But if we all keep working together, everybody's gonna make it far, man. You can do whatever you want. You can stay here in StreetBeefs or you can go pro. I mean, you guys are doing the podcast and all this type of stuff. we could branch off and just do so many things and help each other, you know.
Hey,
so that's
forgive me, brother. But what's your record right now?
It's 7-5. I'm 7-5. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
How long have you been fighting?
Man, I just been doing it, but in the past like 3 years. But see, I haven't been that active. I'll come out, I'll come out
3 years. That's active. What you mean?
No, I should, man. If you come out every month, that's 12 fights right there.
Because how many you got right now, Mr. Man? You said 6, right?
Me, I got 6. I got 6 fights. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like real fights. But I've been training, so I've been doing this since 2019, like end of 2019. So I'm like almost 5 years in. You know what I mean? I'll fight like once a year, twice a year, maybe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've taken my L's, and my L's have, like you were talking about.
Yeah.
You need to get those to humble yourself and to tell you that you need to actually be dedicated to this if this is something that you want to do and pursue.
Yeah, you gotta respect the sport.
Yeah, you gotta respect it. You're not about to go in here and just beat somebody up. It doesn't work like that, right? So I've been taking the time to like actually get coaching, go to a real gym with real fighters. I've surrounded myself with real fighters. Like Samke knows, I'm surrounded by 50-50 MMA, some of the best fighters in StreetBeefs West Coast right now. Like, actually, we all pull up to the show, 6, 7 people deep, and most of us are taking W's, if not all of us, and winning championships.
Y'all swept.
You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm surrounded by real fighters, real people that actually do this shit, and it only builds my confidence to where, like you were saying, where I'm going into my next fight, I'm talking about, oh, I train way harder than this person. Like, ain't nobody out training me. Like, I got this. This is easy. This is in the bag. And it's not out of like being cocky or disrespectful. It's being out of, self reflection of like, how hard have I been working? I'm working so hard, it's damn near impossible for somebody to be working harder than me. And if they are, fucking shout out to you. You know what I mean? That's the type of energy that I've been on lately, so it's dope hearing your story and like seeing that you've done what you've done in such a short amount of time. I've been doing it longer than you, and I'm younger than you. You know what I mean? That's like, damn, bro, respect. I really appreciate stories.
Yeah, I started noticing that people were starting to notice it. Like, you've been out here for a while, so I'm an OG. It's not just because I think it's more than age that makes somebody an OG or an elder. I think it's somebody that can pass down some wisdom or try to help the youth.
Yeah.
A lot of people, we just give that title and they're totally counterproductive to the movement. You know what I'm saying? There's some old fools out here too, just because it's your age. So I think the young and old, we should respect each other, because I learn from y'all and get that energy, and then we learn from each other. We build on each other, and we give respect. And I think that's how we separate ourselves from the streets, because that's what's wrong with the streets right now. If you notice, a lot of the younger people, they don't respect the OGs. You know what I mean? And a lot of the OGs try to use and abuse.
Yeah,
exactly. But a lot of the OGs try to use and abuse the youth and make them be their runners or make them do this and do that. And all of a sudden, the government and the police said, okay, we're going to charge these teenagers as adults.
Yeah.
So they started out making them do the drive-bys and sell the drugs because he's a kid, he's going to get right out. They don't do that no more. You 14, 15, you do a drive-by, they're still going to give you life in jail. You know what I mean? Or whatever they do. So I think as we teach each other, if we learn from each other and be accountable for our mistakes and what we did wrong, we'll earn the respect of these young people that are watching us, because I can say don't do this or don't do that, and they're looking at me like, oh, he does it, so now I'm a hypocrite. Nobody's going to listen. So you got to lead by example. Once we lead by example, it becomes more powerful.
Yeah, facts.
When you stand on your word and stand on business, and standing on business is keeping your word, as a man.
That's what I do with my kids too, with my fighting too, because it's like my kids will sometimes randomly drop down and do push-ups. They randomly will start being like, and they're doing that because they see it. And I tell them, you have to be consistent with what you want in life. And it's like, I'm not sitting here being like, oh, you go to this, because half the parents I know are like, oh, you go to this and that. Well, what about you? Well, I don't do that. Well, monkey see, monkey do. I mean, I hate to say it like that, but your children are literally going to mimic what you do. My kids see me do my push-ups. So now, wherever we go, I'll have to be like, get your hands off the floor. And they're sitting there like, 1, 2, 3. I'm like, no, get off. I respect it, but no, not here. That's dirty.
Right.
That's dope.
Exactly, man. And that's good. And they are watching. That's why I say, that's why I'm trying to I'm trying to leave a stamp in this now. I said, man, I'm going all out. I don't know, and tomorrow's not promised. We got all these goals and dreams. I'm gonna do it this. I'm gonna do it now. No, the weather's clearing up. It's gonna be May, June, July. Our 4th anniversary is in July, I think, or for the 4 years. Yeah. So then August. These are all gonna be blazing hot months, And I think the world needs us, man. I think all the branches need to get out there and go hard and just deliver our message. There's not really nothing like this. That many organizations this big and things happen and it's working like this. You know what I mean? A lot of companies ain't even working this good right now. And we got people branching off doing their thing with the podcast and the merch and people going pro and all that. I'm feeding off all that energy. And a lot of people are sitting back like Scrooge and mad and trying to be a hater. That's not going to help you, man. So as we work, we can branch off each other because nobody's stopping me or him or you from being the best podcaster, fighter, trainer, whatever you want to be. I cannot stop you. No matter what I do. You know what I mean? As long as you keep going, you are going to get the fruits of your labor of whatever you're trying to do. You can't be stopped.
Well, that's actually perfect because I was going to ask one of the questions is if either of you had any hobbies outside of fighting or if fighting was your main thing. Because I know there's times on our show where we've had like a DJ set, we had people rap, we've had performances of different things. I mean, sometimes, as a fighter, we got to know,
Multiple arts.
Man, I think I can. I'm not a rapper, but I think I could write something. I think I could write something. I've been wanting the StreetBeefs anthem, and that's so tight. The ones we got, I love them, man. And the fact that Jay Gotham was able to do that, and he performed too on Halloween and stuff like that. But that song is so hard, and it'll go down in history like a Tupac song to me. You know what I mean? I love it. The fact that he was able to do that. I like the other one too. I forgot his name, but the other song that StreetBeefs has, and
all the ones y'all got are fire, but that Jay Gotham one is like, it's timeless, man. It's like spot on the money. It's timeless. It's what every other branch is trying to replicate with their own theme. We got a fire one too in the West Coast. We got Prince KT. He did the West Coast theme, and it's fire. Like the OGR got a fire one, but.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, they got him. R.I.P. man.
So I used to run a lot, but now I'm more into the weights. The weights been helping me, and a lot of people, I think, with fighting, a lot of people are trying to get away from the weights, but I think it's how you lift them. Now it's just high reps and a lot of everything you need to do, and it can be heavy high reps. It doesn't have to be light. If you can do it, if you can go heavy a lot of reps, go ahead and do it. But you just got to do all the boxing training with it. I'm not trying to come out here and be a buff, slow dude. But I'm just doing it for my tendons and ligaments. Exactly. I'm just trying to do it with my tendons and ligaments so I don't, because like I said, I didn't hurt myself more than I've been hurt just by I'm trying to keep these shoulders and everything moving and grooving, man. So I think that's helping. And that raises your testosterone and drops the cortisol levels down too, just by training and doing all that. So I'm lifting. I'm lifting now.
I've been kind of on the opposite of that, not lifting. I've been more of body weight stuff. I've been more on hitting the bag, cardio type shit, right? Because I noticed in these fights, a lot of the people, like they're 2-minute rounds, they're not even that long, but people start gassing out really quickly, right? So the way that my mindset is working is, okay, I can build muscle, get strong without lifting weights because muscle costs energy, right? It costs energy, it costs oxygen. And this is like actual facts. This is actual factual. Right. Right. So more of my routine and regimen have been like, if I'm going to do like some lifting, like some muscle building type stuff, I'm going to grab one of them big ass hammers. I'm going to hit a tire and I'm going to do that for a little bit. I'm going to grab a medicine ball. I'm going to slam it. I'm going to hit the row machine. I'm going to, jump up, I'm gonna hit the bag, I'm gonna do stuff like that versus actually doing like bench press. You feel me? Because that's not I
don't bench. I like pull-ups. I like pull-ups and
like body weight calisthenic type stuff is different.
But for weights, I do the dumbbells. I'll do some dumbbells and I'll swing them, or I'll do the curls or the shoulders with them. And that's working from or the lateral raises where you just go like that. Yeah, that helps you, man. I'm telling you, so when you do them overhand And you've been doing that when I've been doing this 25-pound dumbbell like this. When I get in that ring,
oh yeah, it's different.
Like Popeye.
See, that's different than like curling, right?
Yeah.
Because
See, like he's going right there.
I'll shadow box with weights. You feel me?
See, look how
and
he's
that'll
doing.
just like naturally like build my shoulders up and stuff, so I could block my chin. You know, and like all of my opponents, when I speak to them after the fights, they be like, "Hey, bro, you hit hard as shit," and I'm like, "Really? I don't feel like I do, but like."
Oh, you working it? Yeah, you working it because it's all about the snap. But I'm saying like, okay, I like deadlifts and squats again, and I used to do that before, but now I started back and I feel good. I got that explosiveness.
What you want when you're training, what you want is you want to have a functional training. So you want to be training things that is going to be of use in the fight. You know, you want to simulate the fight as much as you can through your training, you know, and you know, whatever you add to it, you know, you want to make sure it's going to translate in a fight.
Yeah. And I think that's what the best fighters do. They know exactly what workouts to do, like Mayweather. But I seen Mayweather doing the pull-ups and Navy SEALs do them, so I'm doing pull-ups.
Yeah, no, pull-ups is good. Pull-ups is good.
That's working the whole
functional body. Anything like that, like anything where the weights aren't having you not on your feet is going to be good for you. Like even deadlifts, even squats, you feel me? Because you're standing up and you're working your knees, you know what I mean? Yeah,
but I did with some dumbbells. I did it with some kettlebells. I got kettlebells now. I grabbed those and said, so I'm doing workouts. I'm doing workouts that I've never done before just to keep up with the young guys. I'm not sitting here saying I'm gonna do it the same old way, just the way we're all the time. No, I'm doing all the stuff. I'm doing all the stuff I'm doing CrossFit, all the stuff you young guys are doing. I'm coming out and I'm just like.
Hey, so with that, I want to ask you guys real quick. Moving, name some of your hardest, toughest fights. You guys have had some fights, some bangers, both of you.
I want to say my toughest fight was Coyote, and that was just because I had just lost to Big Daddy William. Big Daddy William was actually supposed to fight him, pulled out of the fight. They hit me up 2 weeks notice. I'm at a Bellator fight in real life, you know, out here in LA. I stay in LA. And I get the call. They're like, "Hey, we need somebody to fight Coyote in 2 weeks. Can you do it?" And I was like, "Fuck it, I'll do it." You know, pull up. I really wasn't like fully prepared or anything, and I ended up getting TKO'd in the first round. Which I don't get TKO. I'm a tough individual, you know what I mean? But there was so much stuff leading up to that. I was trying to cut weight last minute. I had got robbed from all of my cryptocurrency like a week prior, which is like,
oh man,
that one hurt. You know what I mean? Like that was like keeping me up at night. Like, damn, I just lost like so much money getting virtually robbed, and like there's nothing you could do about it, right? So all of that leading up to the fight, and then when I get up there and I know that Coyote is a killer, I was like, and we were like, I think if not, we were the very first fight too. And I couldn't sleep the night prior. We were in Las Vegas. The place smelled like straight cigarettes. There was roaches running around in the bed. Like it was just a bad experience like the whole time, right? And when I pull up there and it's just me and Duvo, and he's like helping me like warm up and get ready, and I'm looking at him, and I could feel that I'm like not even fully there, and I could feel that he's also registering that, and that's like my guy. Like he's supposed to be like, "You got this shit, go in there and kill him. You about to hurt that man." But I'm looking at him and he's looking at me, and I wasn't receiving the same type of energy. It was like, I'm probably in for, it was like a whole mental game. So that hands down was like the worst fight, the hardest fight of my life. But ever since then, I was like, bro, if I could have fought Coyote, and nobody could hurt me like how he did right now. You know what I mean? So I took that and I fucking flipped it. And so all of my fights prior to that have been good banger fights, right? So it was a blessing in disguise. I'm going to say that. Sometimes you got to take the L's to end up taking W's in the future. And I'm going to leave it at that.
You learn more. You learn a lot and a lot sometimes. That was a crazy fight to watch. Yeah, Coyote is definitely one of my top favorite West Coast fighters.
Yeah,
I
good one.
I forgot the question that he had. He said, "What was the hardest?"
What was the toughest fight for you?
I'll fight. Hold on, King King L said, "Would I fight Coyote again?" I definitely would. I'm in a whole different mental space. I'm in a whole King Cal. I'm in a whole new mental space. I've been working hard ever since then. So definitely, I'm actually looking for that fight. I would love that fight because
Yeah,
he's holding the belt, and I want that shit. I'm hungry. You feel me? Feed me.
yeah, exactly. Man, I would say my toughest fight. I've had a couple. I've had a couple tough ones, but one thing I'm confident that, especially on a good day, you know what I'm saying, on a good month with me training, I feel like I haven't fought nobody that I couldn't beat. But my toughest one probably it was my third fight. I would say Viking Warrior, probably my toughest. He's
Yeah.
very yeah, he's very skilled. I mean, he has good stamina. And at that
Tall
point,
shit.
yeah, at that point in time, I went all 3 rounds. He didn't stop me, but it was I got into that when you're in that fighting, you got to get into that mode. If somebody in your corner doesn't tell you, you have to tell yourself, man, wake up, go after this guy. Because the first round you start off, a little more confident, maybe a little more offensive. But a lot of times when you get in a fight and you get too defensive or you start backing away too much, they're gaining ground on you and they're gaining momentum on you. And time's running out. Even though it seems like it's long forever because we're in there fighting, it's not that much time. 3 2-minute rounds, that's 6 minutes, bro. You got to do something. So as somebody's gaining ground on you if they're getting more shots off than you, they're gaining confidence, they're gaining momentum, and then you basically get in that mode where you're in survival mode and you're not fighting anymore and time's running out. So that's basically what happened. I think with him, if I ever fought him again, I would definitely pressure more and stay out the clinch. It looks like a good idea, but he's real tall and lanky, and I think he likes to clinch because he's an MMA guy. Yeah, he's an MMA guy too, so he likes to clinch. So I would definitely not try to clinch. And I'm not gonna lie, I clinch sometimes too if I'm in there tight. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's just because it's a good thing to do, and sometimes it's because of inexperience. Because you really want to let your hands go if you get in there. And I've learned that a lot of times now people are trying to get me. I'm throwing those uppercuts and I'm fighting my way out. As you can see in my more recent fights, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm watching more film, not myself, and I'm watching other pros and stuff, seeing how they doing it, and I'm using my defense more. So that was basically it. That was the toughest one, just because like mentally, you just gotta, like I said, you gotta be ready, and what's going on outside the ring or the cage could affect you mentally inside the cage if you don't use that feel for fire to fight. If you're just thinking about all this other stuff. Yeah, so I'll say him because he's pretty, what I'm saying, he's pretty experienced, he's a good fighter. I'm not gonna take nothing away from him. He's a pretty good fighter, but like I said, now when I'm gonna say at this point in time, the Black Panther that's fighting now, anybody who gets in there with me from 185 to 205, they in some danger. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm looking at it.
I love that.
You get in there with that Panther. You getting in there with the Black Panther, man. I'm trying to, and I don't like the judge. I love the judges and all. I'm not saying I just like them, whatever. But if you fight me, I do not want to go to the judges. I'm doing everything I can.
100%.
I don't want to see no judges.
With that being said, real quick, I need to know as a fan, how do you feel about the decision between Black Panther versus Fire Chicken?
I really didn't at the end of the day when they did it, and he said when it all came out and it's a draw, I didn't really care because it was a win. It was a win-win. You don't get the loss in your record. You know what I'm saying? And I just felt like it was a bad fight for me. Not saying that he's not skilled, because he is skilled. Fire Chicken fights. They think he's just the person that created this. He's a fighter too. So, but it left me kind of in a no-win situation, because it brought me kind of out of my element to where I only wanted to do certain punches. I felt like, oh man, it's Fire Chicken. So I'm coming with that. Yeah. So man, I felt like I had to be more skilled on that one, because I wanted to feel like I wanted to outbox them and still be this type of fighter. And I've tried that, and that's not me. I'm more of, instead of an Ali, I'm more of a Joe Frazier, Pacquiao. No, I'm not saying that I am Pacquiao, but I'm trying to do power hits, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm trying to work the body now, more about hooks. I'm using the jab, because I think no matter what fighter should all use jabs, but I'm trying to throw power blows. Now I'm trying to throw a lot of hooks, a lot of overhands, a lot of left hooks, I'm kind of go to the body now. I'm throwing my uppercut now. I haven't been throwing the uppercut before this. I've been, you know what I'm saying? I haven't let go of all my arsenal. So now I got power in both hands and I'm using both to throw different punches. So I'm excited. I'm excited about that. You know what I mean? And then all my, and I'm not, it's so good because there's nowhere to run because the division, we got a very stacked division in West Coast, the OG Yard and StreetBeefs. And that 185 to 205, it's dangerous waters. There's so many sharks.
All the branches.
Yeah, who are you looking at on the West Coast? Who catches your eye on the West Coast branch?
You said West Coast.
I'm just saying, man, there's a whole bunch of them. I know 619. I know 619. He's popular, so he's on there. He's talking about coming to the Scrapyard, running through, trying to do one of the things.
He's heavier than that.
Like 200.
He might be heavyweight now. Yeah,
he like 345 on a good day.
Yeah. I thought he was hanging around 200. But I guess
he comes in at an undisclosed weight.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he did look a little heavy
at every event.
Yeah, he was lighter. He brought about El Coyote. He's good. There's so many new ones. I don't know, man.
Coyote's a killer too.
Yeah, I've been focusing on the Street Beef Scrapyard because I've been looking at. We got so many new people coming. I'm like, man, I'm shaking his hand, whooping him in, but I'm thinking of like, damn, what weight are you? This might be some competition.
Yeah.
And guys come out of nowhere. Like the Terrifier, we had he came out of nowhere. It's just like that heavyweight. Like you get guys like Goon or somebody that comes in there and you're like, that's why you got to stay training and just stay focused because we always have beasts come out of nowhere. There's somebody looking at it right now because I started out watching, Jay Gotham and Viking Warrior and Castro and those guys and Fire Chicken, and they made me want to get in StreetBeefs. So these are, and you got to think about that. It's on my third fight. This is the dude I seen on TV. That's like you going pro right now and you fighting Javante Davis. You were just a fan. You know what I'm saying? First you're looking at him, now you fighting them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so that's how. So man, there's guys like us and other people coming in that just because they see us, they want to do it too. So I think that's what makes StreetBeef so good too. You don't know who's lurking. You don't know who's lurking in the shadows. Just trying to come in.
Mike Tyson living on the street corner somewhere, and then end
up. Always saying, I want to fight him. They're like, I want to fight him. They really get in there.
It could be a dude who's been watching you from the very beginning, all his life, just training, just to come in the yard to fight you.
Right.
Mr. Man, retirement. Mr. Man, with that, is there anyone in any other branch that catches your eye?
Oh, in the other branches? Oh, damn. There's been a few I would like to fight. But see, I don't know the weight classes. I don't really be paying attention to weight. I'm more so focused on like skill level and stuff. So I'd hate to call someone out that's like tiny in real life and I'm like way outweighing them or anything. But I've seen Little Mac. Little Mac is like actually very good. I think he went professional now. You know what I mean? I would like that. I would like, So I would like that type of opportunity. Wait, he fought some other dude too who was like real big. He has a real like attitude.
Lil Diesel. He came over here and fought Diesel.
What's his name?
Lil Diesel.
Yeah, that was cool.
Diesel. He fought Diesel twice.
Wait. No, there's someone else.
Oh, you talking about the internet dude, Lil Cray Cray.
No, I like Lil Cray Cray too, but he little. He is little. I'm talking about he fought Little Mac. Trying to fight like after rounds and stuff. He has a real big attitude problem. But he's
you talking about Italian Tyson?
Yes, I would like to fight Italian Tyson. That's who I would like to fight.
That'd be
I want to fight somebody like that.
That'd be a bang.
Because I feel like he doesn't have the cardio, but he comes out aggressive and he makes the fights real fun and real entertaining to watch. And that's what I like. That's why I liked it. I enjoyed fighting homeboy that I train with now, Big Daddy William. That's my boy now. Yeah, but he like always makes the fights entertaining, whether it's like showboating. He apologized after like showboating and shit. I was like, bro, don't worry about it. I was like, that actually made it fun. That made it exciting and people were gonna want to watch that shit. You know what I mean? I love those types of fights and those types of people. Hey. Like, if you're a skilled fighter and you can like bring attention to it, I'm there for it. You feel me? Sign me up.
Were y'all training partners at the time y'all fought?
No, we weren't.
Okay.
but we ended up linking up afterwards, and now he's with 50/50 MMA and all of our crew and shit. You know what I mean? And so, and in sparring and stuff, sparring is different, but like we're holding our own. You know what I mean? But in the fight back then, like I was saying, as many fights that I've gone, I've been growing and learning. All the L's that I've taken, I've learned from those. Where it was like, okay, don't cut weight, don't try to be a skinny fit motherfucker and try to fight somebody that's naturally walking around and like fights at this weight. It's not gonna work out. It's not gonna work out.
Yeah.
And so I started learning that. And so now every fight that I've had at my walk around weight, me not cutting weight, I'm like, fuck the abs, throw the abs out the window, bro. I'ma just eat tortillas. I'm a 619. Shout out Apex. I'm a 619. I'm gonna eat the tortillas and I'm gonna go in there and body people. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a punch. When I was cutting weight and shit, I could not take a punch. That's one thing that I noticed. So taking those L's really helped me develop the person that I am. Those are dangerous. Put those away. And they really helped me develop the fighter that I am today. And you gotta take L's. I would love to fight a undefeated person just so I could humble them. You know what I mean? They need that humbling. They need that one loss so they can learn too. Because there's no way you just cruising through people like that. There's no way without losing. If you didn't lose on your record, you didn't lost 100 times in the gym. You know what I mean?
You gotta challenge it. You gotta challenge yourself. Some people like I could cherry pick, or I could just say, man, I'll fight anybody in my weight class. Then you might get some losses, but you'll still be named as the best. Yes, if you beat the best. You know what I'm saying?
I remember pulling up and I was like, oh, who am I fighting? And they were like, Big Daddy William. I said, Big Daddy William, don't he got like 10 fights? They're like, yeah. I'm a Muay Thai fighter. I went to school for Muay Thai. My first 2 fights were Muay Thai. I never boxed in my life. I used to box like in the gym, like training and stuff, but like never an actual boxing match. They were like, oh yeah, it's gonna be you and Big Daddy William MMA match. I was like, what? I don't know MMA or nothing like that. And he outweighed me like 20 pounds. And so we settled on boxing, and he outweighed me 20 pounds. I was like, whatever, I'll do it. And he was the champion at the time. You know what I mean? I was like, whatever, fuck it. I'm gonna go in there and take this L, I guess. So I went in there thinking, you see me, I'm talking, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm about to box this man's face off. I'm in there with the confidence, but in my head, I'm like, bro, I'm finna get knocked out. But sometimes, hey, it is what it is. And ever since then, like I've grown as a fighter. I'm a way better fighter than I was back then. Look at my videos. My resume speaks for itself.
My resume speaks for itself. That's cool. Hell yeah.
Because I fought nothing but like great fighters ever since then. Like all of the fighters that I fought have had like 5 or more fights. You know what I mean? Like damn near 10 fights. And I'm over here, 2-1, 2-2. You feel me? So
that's why I say I think we should all just get more active. I think that's the way you build it up. And then sometimes. And then I'm for sparring and stuff like that, but sometimes you just gotta shadow box really hard and hit the bag hard too. Because I know sparring get your timing down and your footwork and your movement, but sometimes you see people that spar too much, they kind of hold back in it because you're so used to sparring, you're not used to finishing.
Yeah.
And a lot of us we want to get it, we want to finish it. You know what I mean? If you could get a guy out of there, why keep him around so he can get you out of there, or so you can go to a decision, and think you got away with something because you want to do the footwork thing and stuff like that. You think you won? No, you lost. They got him. They got him a couple points ahead of you in StreetBeefs. Now you're mad, looking for people to do whatever. No, finish it now. Get him out of there. So, and that's what I'm looking for, and that's what brings the fans here. I'm looking for more knockouts and more stoppages. I'm looking for people to get in there and take somebody out. Same. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm trying to do.
Of course, I want him to get up. I want him to get up and be okay and live to fight another day. But I'm just saying, especially the ones that ain't taking serious. If they been in here, if they trying to call you out, you know what I'm saying? Especially if they're somebody that's been taking the serious and they just want to get in there and they want to hard spar for a minute. No, I paid my dues. I've been in here and I've been training. You get in with me, you're gonna feel it for a couple of weeks after we leave here. Yeah. Maybe longer, depending on if a bone get broke. Cause I'm going, like I said, I'm going to the body now. I looked it up online. I Googled it. I'm hitting that. I'm hitting that solar plex and I'm hitting the ribs now. I ain't head heading no more. I'm taking that body out, and it's bigger. Because if I lean over here, guess what's still there? Yep. My stomach is still right in front of you guys, but my head went over here. And that head, a lot of these guys are slick, man. And if you make them miss, make them pay. So if they get me, I don't think I haven't learned is, and I think it's phenomenal. People that catch and shoot, they're blocking and come right back with one. Once I learned
with the same hand, yep.
Oh my God! If I learn that, I don't know what I might do. Hey, I might be a lethal.
You was talking about sparring though. That's what the sparring is going to help with that.
I was just about to say that. You got to have live rounds. You got to practice that with live rounds with a live target.
The slip with the right, gonna help you.
Yeah, with the right person that's gonna do it.
With the right person.
Because a lot of people get in there and they are trying to knock you out in sparring, or they are playing around. Yeah. They're not trying to do the full velocity of whatever.
They're touching you, barely touching you.
They're wasting your time. They're wasting your time. So that would be a good spar. Let's just do catch and shoot this whole practice.
Yeah.
Then they'll know how to do it for real.
We calling it a spar, but if that's what we're focused on, we're actually drilling.
Yep.
Is that experience with that mindset? Yeah. You could go ahead and build some people up right now. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing like Baki though. I'm doing some sparring like Baki where you just imagine King Kong in front of you and fight him.
I'm gonna take this time right now. I'm about to call out Mike 100 because Mike 100 been calling me out for a long time, and then ever since he became champion, he hasn't said nothing.
We different on the West Coast, Panther.
I'm coming for
you. I know. I'm
coming for you. And you about to have the hardest fight in your whole Street Beefs career. I'm telling you.
We need a little bit of an explanation on this because I ain't know this was a thing.
Oh yeah. So like back when I fought my Muay Thai fight, he fought my boy Chris. Oh, I forgot the Street Beefs name.
Dirty Devil.
Dirty Devil, know, who's been with
OG, legend. Yeah.
He been calling me out like ever since then, talking about Mr. Man, we got to make a fight happen, yada, yada, yada. And I didn't even know who he was. I was like, why is this man calling me out like this all the time? You know, and he's an intimidating looking dude, tatted up, bald, shaved head, you know what I mean? Like Terminator looking. But he's a little dude, you know. But I was like, damn, he looked like he got some power and stuff. I was like, why is this guy calling me out? Like, I don't even really have any fights or anything.
But wait, and respectfully though, correct?
Yeah, respectfully. Yeah, it wasn't like anything. Okay. But in my mind, it was like, why is this man calling me out? He thinks I'm an easy fight or something. You know what I mean? Right. So as time has gone on, I hear him calling me out every now and again. Let's make a fight happen, yada, yada, yada. And now he's a champion. I haven't heard shit like in a few events. And so now I'm like, yeah, I think that's exactly what it is, underdog. I think he's mistaken my kindness for weakness. And now that I'm like seasoned and I'm at his weight class, because that was back when I was like fighting at like 168, 170.
Oh, you
now
went up.
Now we're at 190. Yeah, now we're in the same realm. And I'm 6'1". He's like 5'5". He Kendrick Lamar.
he ain't that short. He ain't that short.
It feel like he that short.
He about maybe 5'9".
You said this guy has the belt though?
He got the belt, and I want that. Okay. And he been calling me out. So now it's time for us to make it fucking happen. And I'm here for it 110%.
So it's not even about beef. It's about that belt.
Yeah. So look.
It's all about that belt. And I got 50-50 on my back. We rolling through deep. He finna feel the pressure just from the atmosphere. You feel me?
Right.
So look. From my perspective,
I'm 5'6".
I don't think it's a matter of him taking your kindness for weakness, right? Let's look at his resume. Everyone he's fought. He's fought killers.
He has.
Every single one of them, right? If we're being realistic, and then again, you said he respectfully called you out, and he's been somewhat consistent with it, right? Yep. The man sees something in you, and he wants the challenge.
Yeah,
that's what I see. You know what I mean?
I should take it as like, oh wow.
Yeah. And you are up to par to give him that challenge, right? Because
I feel like I am.
What? I can't think of a whack fight that he's had, like a whack opponent that he's had.
Oh no.
You know what I'm saying?
It's actually baffling watching this fight and seeing how aggressive he is through the entire fight.
Mr. Man.
Yes,
can I tell you? I want to tell you a secret, man. You know what? See, a lot of times, especially if you're not in control of the fights and stuff like that, only thing you're in control of is your body and what you can do. Now, this is
Oh
what
yeah,
happens. You
that's
got a
me
lot of
versus me.
you got a lot of energy. You just called the guy out. Now, what if he waits? What if he makes you wait for? Right now, probably in shape. Now, 2 months pass, 3 months pass, 5 months pass. He gets all pumped up after a win and says, "Yeah, Mr. Man, you was talking all that mess." And now you're sitting somewhere. You don't want to be sitting somewhere in the worst shape of your life. You
Oh
want to be
no.
ready. So the only thing I want to say is when preparation meets opportunity, oh man, we better seize it. And that's where I'm at now. I don't care. As long as I got this breath in my body, I don't care what month it is. Man, as long as I can make it to that, as long as I can make it to that yard out there, oh man, whoever they put in front of me in my weight class, I don't want to fight Terrifier. I'm saying whoever they put in front of me, whoever they put in front, whoever they put in front of me, my weight class is in trouble.
Hey, I gotta be the bearer of bad news because see, it's that time where we're gonna have to start wrapping up a little bit of the show and ask our final questions for the night. Unfortunately.
Okay, yeah.
Before we get shout outs and everything else, but I was gonna say, so Mr. Man, my question real quick for you, and then I'll let Samke you ask any final question you want. Is because earlier you said something about how you had a Bellator fight or something. Do you have an amateur record? Or?
No. I was at a Bellator fight. I was participating in a Bellator fight. Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say that.
2 separate things. Hell no. I wish. One day. Well, it would be PFL now, no?
Oh yeah, huh?
Yeah, it would be PFL now. But yeah, but I will call out Jake Paul. No. Jake Paul, you took everything I worked for, motherfucker. No, but hey, Black Panther, 100%. I'm always ready,
be
bro.
ready, man.
I've only been growing and getting more prepared. I went from training in the home with the homies in the park to going to an actual gym, paying a membership, and having a coach pull up with me at my last fight. You know what I mean? Like I'm evolving and growing, and ever since then. Like I said, I've been in the mindset where I'm looking at my opponent like there's no way this man is working harder than I am.
That's right. Yeah, that's what you do, man. And then we got to train like champions because once you get that belt, everybody's gonna want your head. They're gonna be looking for your and people like me gonna be looking for your body because that's where I'm gonna try to hit.
Hey, straight facts, y'all. Straight facts. Hey, for my closing question, my closing question for both of you. I'll start with Mr. Man. How did we come up with the names? Where did we get our names from?
Mr. Man, I used to watch this you know Kyle, right? Smile Kyle, the rapper Kyle.
Okay.
You know,
I'm a
I
old
can't
nigga.
even think of I can't even think of like one of his like fucking singles. I can't even think of one of his singles, but I used to watch him way back in the day, like fresh out of high school. I graduated in 2009, aging myself. I'm 32 right now. I used to watch him and he used to rap with this guy named Mr. Man, and I always thought like, damn, that's a hard ass name. And so ever since then, my gamer tag on my Xbox account has been Mr. Man, and I used to get so many compliments on that gamer tag, and I was like, yep, I'm Mr. Man. So I've carried that persona with me like everywhere. Any like social media, not really social media, but like Xbox account, PlayStation account, whatever it might be, like you'll find me as Mr. Man. You'd be like, oh, that's Mr. Man right there. And now that I've used it in StreetBeefs, like people are like, oh, who's Mr. Man? Like I'm like almost anonymous, you know, who's this fucking great fighter coming out of nowhere, Mr. Man. You feel me?
For me, it's just the warrior mentality. You know, Black Panther. I'm a fan, of course, of the Marvel and just Chadwick Boseman. I love that movie. But I just like the the warrior mentality, and then Wakanda. I had to look that up. But, it just means being one with nature, and I think that just means being being one with nature and life, and just loving life. And of course, on the movie they had vibranium, which could be used for good or bad. And I think we all possess that. Whatever gifts you have or whatever you have inside, you possess what you can do. You can make this world a better place or a worse place. And I think everybody has more power than they think, with the actions that they take, because the actions that you do is going to affect more people than just you. We can't save the world or change the world alone, but we can all do our part. So that's where it comes from me. I think it's something that's just powerful, and it feels like an indigenous warrior like Shaka Zulu. I was gonna pick Shaka Zulu, but because I never been to Africa, I had to go ahead with Black Panther.
Hey, fair enough.
That's dope. That's dope. Hey, well, look, if you guys want to go ahead and give your shout outs, your social medias, any plugins, now would be the time.
Yeah, well, I just want to, HK USA. And first, it's kind of like we're not limited because they broke it down. Now they said, we want you guys to just use these gloves exclusively, but they happen to be the best gloves. I love them, HK. I haven't used the MMA one because I'm not an MMA guy, but those HK USA boxing gloves, they're beating Everlast and Venom and all them other gloves out there. I love them. Put some of them on, and you'll be close to your knockout. Trust me. Keep going, baby.
Yes, sir.
HK USA, man. Of course, StreetBeefs Scrapyard for life. I'm gonna be doing this till I'm an old man. I'm gonna be like the
Yeah. I don't really have like any sponsors, like any individuals to shout out, but I just want to shout out StreetBeefs, man, for having a great platform for, fighters to come and showcase what they got. And I don't even care if like I'm talking about fighter where you're putting on gloves, punching somebody in the face, or a fighter as in you thought about ending your life and you had the power to keep moving forward, right? Just fighters in general, guns down, gloves up. That's what it's all about. And honestly, like I couldn't ask for a better platform to like come and showcase what I've been working on for myself, because fighting has empowered me to keep moving forward before I can't do it anymore. So yeah, shout out StreetBeefs, man.
Exactly. That was good, bro.
Hey, well, we appreciate you guys. It was a great conversation.
And
I appreciate you for having us on. Honestly, I didn't expect this, and it came. Yes, sir.
Me coming.
Hell yeah. Peace. That was a fun ass show, man. I always hate being the bearer of bad news.
It happens, brother. It happens.
Well, before we get to a super fun segment, you guys gotta give us a quick 2-second break. 2-second break. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere.
It's funny, like I wouldn't even say we're influenced by 90s music as much as I would just say we're influenced by good music. I think we're very genre diverse. Like we're not really fixated on one particular era or genre of music. I think we just kind of it shows in our music too that we kind of take the elements of whatever that we do enjoy and try to put it together some way or another. And I think that's true for all of our music.
Musically, would you call yourself polyamorous?
Polyamorous. I like that.
Oh, that's unique. I haven't heard that one.
We're gonna start using that, Jay, on all our files and stuff like that.
If I was y'all, not trying to be funny, I would probably make that the name of a song or album.
That's good. I like that. It's kind of like
a cool idea. An album and every song is a different genre.
I'm putting that in our bio right now.
I have my moment. What's up, everybody? It's Jay from Yankee and the Brit bringing you some exciting news. King Palms and Yankee and the Brit are teaming up together to give you an amazing deal. Head over to kingpalm.com, use promo code KPYNB to save 20% off your entire order. That's right, 20% off your entire order just by using the promo code KPYNB. If you want
Buddy V's Fighters to Watch.
As always, we start off at the Scrapyard with Casper. It was his first fight. It was fun to watch. I felt like he came with a great deal of energy, and I really want to see him come back, because sometimes when I see that and they have that dog and they really come out, I feel like when they start learning the skills and understanding the tricks of the trade, they unlock these new levels, and it's fun to see people go on that journey. So I want to see him come back. Casper. From the West Coast, we have Scissor Fists. Holy shit. Let me just say, I was watching this fight, and I was just like, when I was all done, I went right back to it. Because, man, let me just say, him and his opponent were throwing hands. And he's a fighter to watch because I think that was his first fight came out, too. And that's the theme with the first two. They both came out, had killer-ass fights, and you got to watch what they do. I want to see him come back because that was killer. From the OG yard, I have Zando. This was a fun fight to watch because he actually had lost his original fight, came out, and he was hoping to improve. And let me say, you could see the improvement. You see the training, the time that he was putting in. And I was actually very impressed because all of a sudden, his movements actually looked like he was not like crisp as a knife, but he was sitting there working on them, and he knew what he was doing, point A to point B, real clean, real finishing. And I was like, oh my gosh, if you did that in that amount of time, let's see all of a sudden you're taking it seriously, obviously. So let's start seeing you stack up your wins now. And from Dirty South, we have Maximum Wages. What caught my eye is I noticed the fights came out in the exact same month and they both had the exact outfit. So I think he did 2 fights in a day. I don't know, but they were really fun to watch. One of them, he actually ended up getting a nice, pretty decent choke out when he was getting on the guy. And man, it was a fun fight. So, yeah, you might want to check all 4 of those fighters out. Those are my fighters to watch.
Yeah, those are some great picks, man. Fire picks, as we always say. Yeah, Sound K and the Fire 5. We're going to start things off at the OG yard, as always. This is a fight between Joe Boogie versus Two Tone. This is an excellent MMA match right here. We saw these two guys go at it. I mean, it was an aggressive start. We see a huge slam at the beginning of the round. But as I always say, cardio is key and pacing is key. We see a beautiful turnaround and yeah, man, beautiful turnaround, beautiful finish. StreetBeefs OG yard, Joe Boogie versus Two Tone firefight. All right, moving on along, we are going to StreetBeefs Scrapyard. You see it, you're trying to look this fight up. That's the title right there on the screen. This is a fight between Professor X versus Ruckus. This is a boxing match, and these guys, they did not disappoint. We saw a lot of slips, a lot of flurries, heavy right hands. I will say defense and footwork is key. Again, defense and footwork is key. When you're getting caught on the wall, you know, that's not someplace you want to be. But we saw a lot of great determination between these two guys. Big overhands exchanged, and this was just a real scrappy fight. StreetBeefs Scrapyard, Professor X versus Ruckus, firefight. Yeah, you see it. StreetBeefs West Coast. You're trying to look this fight up. There's the title on the screen. This is a fight between 619 and Demaniac. We had Demaniac on the show last week, and this was one of the fights that we talked about. Phenomenal boxing match. First and foremost, Demaniac gave up 40 pounds in this fight. You know, kudos to him. We saw a lot of inside work. If you know 619, he brings the pressure. And yeah, we saw that live and center there. Cardio is key. Cardio is key. Cardio is key. We got the boxer versus the street fighter. This was a gritty fight, in your face type of action. But the heart and the will was tested, and these guys went into deep waters, and they gave us an excellent, excellent fight. StreetBeefs West Coast, 619 versus the Maniac. Yeah, taking it back to StreetBeefs Scrapyard. You're trying to look this fight up. That's the title on the screen. This is a fight between King Kai and Tilla. Tilla being a newcomer, and King Kai, well, you know him. This is a boxing match, and this was a great mix of styles. Both of these guys coming in with their own creative style, and with that, we got a lot of creative shots, different angles. Great fight IQ by both men, and we got a lot of back and forth between these two. Comment who you thought won. This was a great chess match right here. StreetBeefs Scrapyard, King Kai versus Tilla, firefight. Yeah, and we're going to end things off at StreetBeefs OG yard. This is Valentino versus Mantis. And this is a boxing match as well. Much respect between these two. Very much so on display. These two guys, strong fighters. We got the boxer versus the puncher. The boxer setting up the combinations. The puncher, repeatedly throwing crazy punches. Heavy exchanges between these two. And both of these men were tested by each other. And in the end, they just gave us a fire fight. Street Beefs OG Yard, Valentino versus Mantis, Sam K and the Fire 5.
Fire 5.
Yeah.
Oh, always a good pick. I love hearing about those. I think there's like one fight on there. No, two I haven't watched yet. So I know what I'm doing after this show. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Check them out, man. All firefights. And as well as our guest tonight. Let's go ahead and get into the shout outs. We kind of ran a bit over, but I want to thank our guests for coming on, man, the show tonight and giving us a great conversation. Black Panther, thank you. You guys go out there, check out his fights. He's got a lot of bangers. Mr. Man, thank you. You guys check out his fights. A lot of bangers. I want to thank the Street Beefs OG Yard, Street Beefs Scrapyard, Street Beefs West Coast, Street Beefs Dirty South. We do this for you. I want to thank the people in the live chat, people watching us on replay. We appreciate you. Thank you. Buddy V, appreciate you, brother. Jay in the background, killing it as always. Appreciate you, brother. I'm here, same time, same place. I want to give a shout out to Overtime Hustling Magazine, Heart in the Fight, and ZuelWorld.com. We appreciate you all. And man, that's pretty much it for me.
Shout out to Zuel. Shout out to Zuel-World.com. Zuel_Buddy V for my Instagram. You know to go get the spring merch. You see the shirts. Sam K's rocking it. You know where to get it. And all I know is that we have an amazing time here. So we're going to end it on a big ass note like Jay always says. One world, one love. Deuces.